And this sort of satisfaction can never be achieved by any other thing except ibadah and zikr of Allah. And that zikr will be giving you benefits in different forms, not only in finding peace within your heart, but will having good relation with the people. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program The Blessings of Islam, and today we are going to talk about finding inner peace. As we all know that this human life is a complex phenomenon. We face different problems and issues in our life, and that disturbs our internal peace. So you find many people who are not able to deal with this phenomena, and they are having difficulties and problems. So now the question is how the teachings of Islam can help you find your inner peace. So this is the first thing that we learn in Islam from the word and the term of Islam that refers to the concept of peace. The literal meanings of Islam is surrender to the will of Allah Almighty, and that comes up with the word peace, salam. So the concept of peace is such a concept that can be found in all the teachings of Islam. When you read the Holy Quran, you find that Allah Almighty instructs you to offer ibadah, and that ibadah ultimately helps you finding peace in your life. When you are connected to your Lord, you are ultimately communicating with your Lord, and that helps you develop a sort of peace. For example, we read in the Holy Quran, Ala bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Verily, through the remembrance of Allah Almighty, the people or the hearts, they find peace. So if there is some other thing that can be of some use in terms of peace, so that must be mentioned here. But Allah Almighty mentions dhikr, that is called remembrance of Allah Almighty. So that is the most important thing that helps you develop peace and find, inner sort of satisfaction. Now, when you are dealing with different things and issues in your life, for example, you are working and you are having a sort of stress, you are facing a sort of failure. So at that time, if you just remember Allah Almighty and say Allah, or start, calling the name of Allah Almighty, or you go to perform salah and then you just put your head there and you perform sujood, so that also helps you find peace. So this is the sort of training of believers. In all the moments of prayer, in all the moments of ibadah, ultimately your heart will be contented and you will be finding satisfaction. And this sort of satisfaction can never be achieved by any other thing except ibadah and zikr of Allah. And here I would like to mention one more thing, and that is zikr of Allah Almighty. To remember Allah is one of the signs of a believer, because a believer is someone who never forgets the Creator. And we read in the Holy Quran, Faskuruni askurkum. Just remember me and then I'll remember you. And when Allah's remembrance is there, so that will be a symbol of a believer. He will be moving in the life with full confidence. And that confidence is reflected when he says the name of Allah Almighty. So whenever you find the moments of problems, the moments of difficulties, then just call and say the name of Allah Almighty, and that will be showing that you really believe in Allah Almighty, and that will be helping you finding inner peace. Now, we know that there is no one in the world who does not face or who is free of all the problems or free of all the difficulties. No, not at all. Difficulties are there in human life. Just the nature of difficulty is different. The nature of problems is different, but problems are there in the life. So no one can claim that he or she is free of problems or difficulties. Nature of problems might be different, but problems are there. So in order to deal with this eternal phenomena, Allah's zikr is there. And that zikr will be giving you benefits in different forms, not only in finding peace within your heart, but will having good relation with the people. Why? Because you will be thinking about people that they are the creation of Allah Almighty. So you'll be dealing with them with the intention of the relationship with your Lord, because they have been created by your Lord Allah Almighty. So you'll be having good and peaceful relationship with the people with the help of belief in Allah Almighty. It means that your faith This is the power of your faith that is helping you not only finding inner peace, but having good relations with other people, those who are there in your company, those who are then at your home or in the society. So you'll be having good relation with the people, and this will also benefit you in the form of reward, and that is called thawab. So when we reflect on the teachings of Islam, we find that all these teachings ultimately, they just do not, make us better person in the perspective of akhirah, in the perspective of the afterlife. No, but it also help us become a better person in the perspective of this world. So Islam makes your worldly life also beautiful. So that is why we say that this is the beauty of Islam, that the teachings of Islam ultimately make you a person who is having satisfaction, who is having inner peace, and who is having good relation not only with the Creator, but also having good relation with the society, with the people who are living around them. So we can say that if a Muslim is there, if a person is there who believes in Allah Almighty and who follows the teachings of Islam, he will be a symbol of peace for everyone. All the people who are surrounding him, the people who are there in the society, that believer will be an example of peace, an example and a symbol of peace for everyone who are around them, because he will be giving no harm to them. As we read in the hadith, al-muslimu man salim al-muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. Believer is the one from whose hands and other things, from his harm, the people are safe. So it means that Muslim or a believer or a mu'min is a symbol of peace, is a symbol of satisfaction for others, symbol of comfort for others. So how is it possible that the believer is there and he will be hurting and he will be causing problems for others? It is not possible if he truly follows the teachings of Islam. So here we have learned about the teachings of Islam and the relationship with dealing with the stress and the dealing with and finding your inner peace. So inshallah, in the coming episode, we will be discussing with other aspects that will be beautified as a result of the teachings of Islam.